Hello, fellow travelers. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey with information about our costume in which we wear in this life, the way people see us, and the way we get to our purpose. It's a byproduct of living authentically, and by getting to know our profile and our strategy and authority, we see how nothing really is a choice conscious of our mind. It's just a byproduct of our biological existence. And since human design shows us how the body is actually the mechanism we can trust, profile shows us how this mechanism is being perceived by the outside world. And we have here the 3-5 profile, the adaptation and universalization, or Martyr Heretic. It's actually the black sheep, but don't take it as something bad, because the black sheep are actually those very actually daring individuals, the martyrs, who are quite resilient, who are ready to be anarchistic and question all those beliefs and all those foundations laid upon us or under us, testing with a trial and error process. And if it finds that something doesn't work, it just destroys it. And in an anarchistic manner, can replace the new foundation with something heretical, which actually is a stable new base, which will bring something new to the table of abundance. If it was not for our 3-5s, nothing new is gonna come, nothing new is gonna be tested. So here for the first time, we see the 3, which is personal and lower trigram number, from the subconscious, unconscious to the conscious side. So it's in the personality, the adaptation. And we have here the martyr. The word is about actually the resilience of those people, that they're ready to make mistakes, to sacrifice for the other in order to test something new. Those are the people who will test the unknown fruit to check out whether it's edible or not. And yes, sometimes there will be a mistake, and eventually they can get poisoned. But then we will know for sure that those trees should stay out of limit, and those fruit are not good for us. So the 3-5s are really the testers. They're so good in finding their way in chaotic situations and chaotic spheres of life, like financial spheres or technological spheres, where by bumping into things and testing things and trying things with their resilience, eventually they might find the right path, by trying that this doesn't work, that doesn't work, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, and then they get to the thing which works. But at the same time, it's also their gift to break things. So if you have a child who has a 3-5 profile, or has a 3 in their profile in general, put their protective pads, their helmets on their head when they go out and play, because they will certainly bump into things or things will bump into them. So they have to be protected by their trial and error process and not taken as something bad, because it's this negative connotation of mistakes is actually the nature of these people, the personality which wants to test things. And that's how they learn. And eventually they learn from their mistakes and they don't repeat them anymore. But usually the first time they try something, usually it's a mistake. So if I push a vase on the floor, maybe it will not break. But if a 3-5 pushes a vase on the floor, they'll get right to the crack of that vase and it will disperse into thousands of pieces. So they can be quite good testers, like QAs, for instance. Quality assurance can be a great profession for them, or something which is connected to testing and finding things which don't work, finding mistakes. They're so good at that. And the underneath, they have this heretical nature, which is here to be quite practical and is very seductive, as we saw with the 2-5 profile. The seductive part is the seducer. Seduced is the sexual strategy of the 3-5, but it's actually subconscious, so they don't even know about it. Their body is very seductive to the other, seducing them to believe in the general that they're going to be their savior. They're going to come with the practical solution and be the authoritarian general who will save the day. Just to find out that, this profile, they come in the world being ready to be the savior, the Jesus Christ, and then with this personality, the trial and error process, it can be very uncomfortable for them, because I'm here to save the world. What's going on? Why do I make all these mistakes? It can get quite nasty. They can be very pessimistic. It's their limited perspective, because nothing works. And they can be very subjective. But with their attractiveness as direction, as subconscious, they're always ready to try a new foundation which they can seduce the other with. And the aspire to role here, we have sustainment. So their direction, their creativity is in sustainment, in being able to sustain with the process, to stay with the process, to sustain the strength with which they get up and continue. Like Ra calls them a kick balls, like you kick them and they get up. They're so resilient. Their bonding strategy and their security strategy is bonds made and broken. And thus, these people might have problems with relationships, because the third line needs to break the bond and take its time to itself, adapt to the other, and then come back again. But those people can burn bridges and act like once the bond is broken, it can never be restored. So a good idea here will be to just not burn the bridge, because you might want to restore the bond. And it's in relationships, this can be as simple as, you both go to work in the morning to different offices, different places, so you're breaking the bond. In the evening, when you get together again, the bond is restored. So professions which are super monotonous and with the same people every day, those are not for the 3-5s. The 3-5s need to meet new people and break the bonds, meet new people again. So something which is with meeting more people, newer things, which allow them to actually bump into the other and adopt. There, as you can see, the staircase from the first floor to the second floor. So they already feel that there is somebody on the other side. They're introspective still, or more their personal destiny, their right angle profile. So they're interested in how they're being influenced. They're interested in their personal destiny. Although in the subconscious, we have the transpersonal karma and the universalization. So we have here a martyr who will break the bond, stay sustained in that process, get very pessimistic, and in an anarchistic way, put the foundation to test and to risk. But once it gets to a new foundation, it will try to universalize it and to be very attractive, to save the day, to be practical, and at the end, get to a bettered result. And then the humanity, it's the distributor or hoarder. So when they are doing things for those can be very successful people on the material plane because of the third line. And at the same time, with their practicality, with the fifth line, in their subconscious, they can really bring some practical solutions to the world. And then they're perceived as distributors. But when they are egoistic and they do things for themselves, or they're bumping into the other, they don't really have those transpersonal qualities. They might be taken as hoarders who hide and don't want to share the abundance with others and the material success. So adaptation, universalization, the Martyr Heretic, it's an interesting process, right angle process, getting ready for the next step, the floor of the first, of the second floor, the floor of the second floor of the house, which is actually the fourth line, which is the first transpersonal line. Still right angle process, but we will see that in the next video. This is Veronica from Human Design Journey, and if you would like to know more about the profiles and other human design basic information, you're welcome to subscribe to my channel. Would you like to? Human Design Journey is also the name of my Instagram and Facebook page, and humandesignjourney.com is my website if you would like to visit and find out more about human design or me. I'm glad to be helpful and useful to you. If so, please comment below, let me know, like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more. Bye for now.